See, they pop up right here. So we are live right now, hanging out right there.
Look at that.
Oh,
we didn't see you there.
yeah, like I didn't set the camera up or anything. Hey guys, welcome to Trooper Steve on Patrol. Very special edition of Trooper Steve on Patrol. It'd be better if I had the mic with me, right?
Yeah.
I am joined by our radio partners here at Mix 105.1. Got CJ and Jen in the house with us.
And just to let you know, I'm Jen, and that's CJ over there.
She wants
Thank
to
you
make
for clarifying.
wants to make that very clear. But we are hanging out, and we're talking a little bit today about kind of keeping your neighborhood safe, steps that you can take. And this is pre-recorded, but this is live. So New 6 viewers are getting kind of the preview of tomorrow's radio segment. So it's going to be a candid conversation. You guys hang out, watch whatever you want to watch. It's their show now.
Isn't it funny how you can, on radio, we pre-record things to use like the day, but the TV. And
yeah, but don't tell
live.
everybody. Don't tell
That's
everybody.
the magic behind the scenes of radio.
Right.
Well, listen, first of all, Trooper Steve, thank you so much for coming in and chatting, because obviously when it comes to anything traffic related, car related, I mean, you are our go-to for this.
Right.
So I'm having a problem in my neighborhood.
Okay.
All right. One of the big things that's happening right now is over the past month, really, there has been an uptick in car break-ins, thefts. There's been a couple cars that have been stolen out of people's driveways in the middle of the night. So I kind of want to know, like, what are some things that we as homeowners, as car owners can do to A, deter the thieves, and B, are there things that we can do in our homes to better protect our vehicles?
Now, are you looking for the Trooper Steve answer or the Trooper Montiero?
Can we do both?
All right.
Yeah.
So
I want to do both.
all right.
Do one when you can do both.
Right. I'll give you the Trooper Montiero answer,
Okay.
which would be there's a thing called the 9 p.m. routine.
Right.
It's a hashtag that goes out, and it's basically at 9 o'clock. I'm already asleep, and I hope you guys are too, the radio folks.
Trying to.
Right,
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to. But it's a reminder at 9 p.m. Are your doors locked? Do you set your alarm? Are your lights on outside? The Trooper Steve response would be, well, if you don't want your car being stolen, then take responsibility of your own property,
Right.
and things like this won't happen.
Right.
So I'm caught in the middle on stuff like this, because
Right.
it's easy for me to talk about, but it's hard to watch it happen to people.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's the one thing for me is, so what I've done is, because obviously they say, make sure things aren't visible, make sure,
Right.
take your sun pass out. Like I have a dash cam, so I take that out now. I used to have loose change in case I need to, put air in my tires. I have nothing in my car but my registration,
Looks
my
like a rental
insurance
car.
card,
Yeah.
and my wheel locks, because if I get a flat, I got to take the wheel lock off. Is that okay? Is that enough? I mean, should I have more in there? Should I even have to do this?
Well, you got to remember the criminal element, they're looking for crimes of opportunity.
Yeah.
So if you're making it difficult, they're moving on.
Right.
If you're making it easy, they're going to hang out there for a second.
Low-hanging fruit, as some would say.
Absolutely.
Don't be the low-hanging fruit.
Well,
You don't want to
trying.
you don't want to be that guy. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I report on a lot of those guys
Yeah.
that, oh my gosh, they took all my stuff, but they didn't take my car. It's like, right, but how'd they get in the car? Well, I left it unlocked last night. Right. And you also left your phone. You left your bank statements. Why'd you have $1,000 cash just sitting there?
Right.
It's like you cannot rely on other people for your own safety.
Yeah.
And I say this a lot when it comes to law enforcement too. So many people, well, where's a cop when you need one? Well, you're responsible for your own safety and well-being. So for what you're doing, I think it's probably the maximum.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to look in and keep on moving kind of thing.
I hope so.
So you're doing the right thing. So you wouldn't recommend him doing like a citizen's arrest or anything like
Highly not.
that? Okay,
Absolutely
so he
not.
shouldn't,
So
yeah.
I shouldn't run outside, in my boxer shorts and just
Yeah.
tackle them.
No tackling.
At least wear the ghillie suit at the
Okay,
same time
yeah.
if you're going to do
Right,
that.
right.
So you can hide a little bit, because I think the boxer shorts
Yeah.
might give you away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do have little pizzas on them. No, so here's my next question, because obviously I live in a gated neighborhood, right?
Another
So
sign of false security.
my HOA president told me that. She goes, it's false security. It's not there for you. It's there for the community and our.
Well, plus the gate doesn't work.
Well, it's there so
Yeah.
they could charge you more for HOA.
Well, that's a whole other conversation.
Well, speaking of HOA, it's criminal what my HOA is doing in particular.
Uh-huh.
What can I do to fight back? Or can you fight for me?
So this is what
Can you fight for the people?
I fight for the people every day, guys. So no, listen. I'm all about the motto, squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
I have a reputation of being a little squeaky. Go to the meetings. And I know that's your face. You're looking at me.
How
How
It's
many meetings have you been to?
Well, I have
all
been
of
to,
none.
They don't. That's a lie.
Okay.
That is a lie. And I have been to them. I have sat hours and hours because they only do it over the phone now. I want it in person is what I want. After COVID, they started doing it only over the phone.
I say you show up to the management facility.
The house of the president.
Show up with a pie and say, "Let's chat."
Because
We
they
have
post the
talk.
signs when those meetings are going to show. Run for office, Jen.
You want
Run
me to be
for
the leader.
well, one of them. I don't think you should be maybe
I wanna
the
be the
leader.
leader.
Yeah.
Rough is that?
Let's slow down a little bit on that.
That might
Like-
be a problem.
Like that could be rough, but squeaky wheel gets the oil. How often are we complaining about things and not doing anything about it, kind of thing? So if you've got that one that's always taking pictures and reporting you and saying, "Hey, you need to power wash your kind of driveway,"
Right.
find out why they're kind of doing it. There's so many rules that govern them,
Right.
but then that
So you're
rules go
telling
to
me
their
find
head
the
as well.
Why,
We do.
really.
Find the why.
Okay,
Find
well, that's solid
why.
advice.
You know, little
So,
motivation.
as a leader, I will
Well,
be the leader.
let's not let that go to our head again. Speaking of HOAs, I'm glad you brought that up because when you have auto thefts and car break-ins, is the HOA responsible?
Absolutely
in any
not.
way?
In no way.
So that falls on the homeowner.
On the homeowner. Like this whole false sense. You technically own your property, right? You choose to live in, what do they call it, deed restricted communities. And the only reason that's there is so your neighbor doesn't turn their house pink and so that you don't have a jungle gym in the front yard.
Okay.
Let alone I still have people working on their car in my neighborhood, but
Well,
that's beside the
same.
fact. But you must take the priority. So I tell people a lot, hop on Amazon.
Yeah.
There are so many little things that we don't think of. Motion lights.
Funny you say that. I have security cameras, but my lights are broken and my HOA is dragging their feet replacing it. So I just purchased some solar-powered motion detected lights.
I have a lizard cannot go undetected on my property.
That's so annoying though, because then I get afraid all night long because the lights are popping on.
Well,
all the
how
time.
are you sitting up all night looking out the window going
I will.
kind of thing? No, it's when
Yeah.
you're asleep and someone's walking by your driveway, all of a sudden lights turn on. If there's a group of somebody kind of going down the sidewalk looking to do bad, and all of a sudden your house lights up like Christmas out of nowhere, they're going to keep walking. We've seen the cameras that they're like, and they keep going kind of thing. So you want to do that. Make sure that your car doors are always locked. Tint the windows. Don't illegally tint them, but at night, a legally tinted car, it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
They're not walking around, most of these guys, with flashlights.
Yeah.
They're just checking the door handles and kind of moving on.
You know what I've really had to become aware of is leaving my car keys because it's
What?
Hear me out. Just hear me out. The car keys, like sometimes I'll leave it in the car, right? I don't leave the engine running because it's
You might as well.
You
might as well light it up with
sometimes I'll accidentally forget my house keys in there too. So that's
So
another
Jen's
thing.
address is going to be 1, 2.
Right. 1, 2, 3. I don't know what I'm doing. Lane.
That
Are
is
you
a tip.
you kidding me right now?
No, I've done that actually a few times on accident, of course. I don't mean to. You know, it's
I did not
keyless
expect-
entry, so it just sits there.
So-
like, I
right,
forget to
but-
grab it. So don't do that.
So these are Results One's keys.
Yes.
My truck's name is called Results One.
Yeah.
Love that.
Why would I leave these in there?
Why do we do dumb things? I don't know.
And
I
this
don't
is why
have-
I'm here, guys. Job security. Job security.
Our next chat is going to be, well, Jen's car was stolen.
Right.
So I'm saying that because I know I can't be the only one.
All right, guys.
You're
So
not
let's
the only
let's
one.
add
You're not.
Jen to the list. If you have a fob that you do not need to turn, keep them in your pocket, obviously, and be careful. Technology is getting so crazy that if you go out, keep the keys very close to you. Why? These can be duplicated, and then suddenly,
You stop that. How
yeah,
do they do
I'm
That's
not
my
going to get.
question.
I'm not going to get too into it, but we have seen garage doors that have been duplicated by criminals, and this is why it's good to see. I'm going to sound a cliche here. See something, say something stuff.
Yeah.
If a car doesn't look right in your neighborhood, someone in the middle of the night walking at dark 30,
Yeah.
it's just not normal.
Yeah.
It's not that you're doing anything bad by calling law enforcement. It's just not normal.
So call law enforcement.
Right.
Don't go take a picture of their license plate.
So funny story. I was leaving my house the other day, 3-something in the morning, and there was an Expedition kind of off parked. I didn't know who it was. I was on the phone with the police department immediately.
Wow.
I was like, hey, there's this car, whatever. They called me. They were like, yeah, the young lady down the road sneaks out in the middle of the night. That's her boyfriend. He's suspended, had a warrant. We took him to jail.
Whoa!
So you don't know what's happening. Now, I'm sure her parents are very grateful. Maybe I called.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's
Of
not.
course.
She's not
But
a fan.
no, not a fan of Trooper Steve. But
Hope she's not watching.
but you just don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be nosy sometimes.
Yeah.
And like I promote that. Heck, that's what got me here.
So I would like to know, as far as parking, just a general question,
Okay.
switching directions
Yep.
quickly. If you're driving, you know how roads will, if you're on the right side, then you're heading this way. The oncoming is on the left side, right? I don't really know how to explain this.
Yeah, I
Just
can.
stick with me.
Yep.
Stick with me. So if there's parking, aren't you supposed to, if there's street parking, you're supposed to park on the side where, like, your
You
car
should-
is
The flow
going.
of traffic.
With the flow of traffic.
With the flow of
You should
traffic.
always point your vehicle and park it facing with the flow of
It
traffic.
drives me crazy how many people don't do this.
It's insane.
Is it illegal?
It is illegal.
Okay.
Do you get ticketed?
You can be ticketed
Okay.
or cited if your local municipality,
Yeah.
local city limits. It's very rare that you're going to get a county sheriff to come out and write tickets for that, unless you file a complaint that there's a problem.
Yeah.
But a lot of the cities have parking enforcement, and they will write some tickets for that. Your vehicle, some areas could be towed because of that. It's dangerous for the driver who parked the car,
Mm.
because when you're pulling out, you're coming against traffic at
Yeah.
that point.
Oh yeah.
And visually, it could be confusing for other drivers.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
very confusing. It's like one of
that's a
those
good
things that-
one.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Because I complain about that a lot. And people are like, Steve, you're such a traffic nerd. And I'm just like, no, there are little things that, drive me
Okay,
nuts.
another question. Quick
Yeah.
question.
Go for it.
You gave me a little coin.
Yes, it's my Trooper Steve poker chip.
It is a poker chip. Now, in the event that, speaking of tickets, that, Jen gets pulled over for a ticket that I didn't mean to get. Like, maybe I'm going a couple
I know
miles.
where you're going with this. Yes.
Can I pull this out?
What's a couple miles over the speed limit to you?
I don't know, maybe like 5
Okay.
or more. It doesn't matter. If
Well,
I'm
it
going
does.
to be
Oh, yeah.
ticketed,
It actually matters very
And
much.
that is a drastic number that counts a lot.
Oh gosh.
will this chip work?
No.
If I say, hey, hold on. Or you know what some people do?
They may
They'll
even go,
open
I
up
got one too.
Just
Just saying.
Like, hold on,
Yeah.
let me get my ID.
They're like, hold on, let's trade coins. Perfect. Here's your ticket.
Yeah.
Right, so it's not going to give you on a ticket.
Absolutely
No.
not.
So basically,
You're
slow
pro-
it down.
Does it work for?
It is just a token of my appreciation
Wow.
to say thank you guys for having me here.
Thank you. I'm still going to try it though.
Well, good luck.
I'll let you know. How it goes.
It'd probably be it could help you if maybe it was a trooper, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some county guys that would be like,
I don't think it's
that-
funny.
Yeah.
that TV cop. Oh,
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I get it all the time, guys, all the time. So, but yeah, good times.
Yeah. Well, listen, I really appreciate you stopping by. One last question before we go.
No,
'cause this
please.
is something that just popped into my
I love
head.
this radio stuff, guys. I don't get out of the office other than the studio and the truck, so this is kind of fun.
Well, welcome to whatever this is.
We decorated.
My question is, I read something online, and I don't know if this is true, but I saw on social media the Kia Boys. Right. This is a whole thing on like how to steal a car.
Yeah.
It's on social
Thank you,
media.
TikTok.
Correct. Is it true Kias and Hyundais are the most frequently stolen vehicles?
100% accurate. So for a long time, it was the Honda Civic.
Mhm.
It was the #1 vehicle stolen in the United States.
Yep.
It's easy to take apart. It was easy to get into. It was easy to sell. Kia obviously came out, and they've excelled over the years. Kia has. Like, I remember the buy one get one Kia Rios.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that.
And so Kia has definitely changed where it's gone, but there was a trend. I'm not going to get into it because I don't need everyone's Kias and Hondas, but they've made some recalls and changed a lot of things. But that was the target for about 3 straight years, where Kias and Hondas, because of a viral sensation, people were easily, I'm talking within seconds, on your car, and your car was gone with minimal damage, just because of something they were able to figure out. This was happening to law enforcement officers.
Yeah.
This was happening to elected officials that had these cars.
Yeah.
And finally, they realized there was a default in the ignition system that some people were able to market on, and they put it out on social media. And that's how the Kia Boys kind of became a thing. And out west, it's running rampant.
Yeah.
I like to say, not to get too much into the law enforcement side, but the state of Florida, we don't play with stuff like that. So that stopped here rather quickly.
Well, that makes me very happy because, again, I don't like seeing people's cars get stolen. It's an invasion of privacy.
100%.
It's people work hard for the things that they have, no matter how expensive or inexpensive it is, and so I just don't steal things.
Well,
Don't
and
sell
I'll
things.
say this too before you let me go.
I
But
have another
cool,
question.
we can go for days. Your car is an extension of your home,
Yes.
and under the Castle Doctrine, you have the right to think that way, to feel that way. It is your privacy, and you have the right to protect that.
Yeah.
And so that I'm leading to, do not leave your firearms in your vehicle.
Oh yeah.
Okay? I am a big Second Amendment guy. I have firearms myself, but I'm not the one that's not going to sit here and say it comes with a mass amount of responsibility.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people, oh, my rights. I get it, your rights. But you got to be smart about it.
Correct.
And if you're in the middle of the night, you're like Jen, you're leaving your fob in the car just because you forget it. And then you leave your Glock in the car too,
Right.
just because you forget it.
Worst case.
That firearm's going to end up in either some youth hands or in a criminal element.
Yeah.
And that's on you, because they broke into your car, but you didn't take the extra steps to make sure you were keeping stuff safe. So
Right.
for my gun owners out there, please make sure you're taking the steps to secure your firearms.
That's a really great point. I never would have thought about that.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you're
a great
talking
point.
a car break-in then could turn into a home invasion
Correct.
Yeah.
because they have the resources
Or
at that
worse.
point, or
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
So my other question, as a trooper, do you have to be on duty? When do you have time to trooper?
I don't.
So do you call it troop?
We can call it a lot of my
when do you have time to trooper?
my producers like to call it trooping.
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 I like that.
When do you
Yeah,
have
when
time
are you going trooping, Steve?
Yeah.
And I'm
Troop
like,
snoop.
yeah, kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, every now and then. So yeah.
So do you have to be on duty? I don't know. Apparently, I'm very worried about taking.
Yeah, you seem. I almost should have ran your background before I showed up up
You
here.
might want to run her tag.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'll
why.
point out her car in the parking lot.
Like, why am I so concerned about ticketing today? I'm not sure. But do you have to be on duty to give someone a ticket?
So the split: traffic enforcement.
Yeah.
A law enforcement officer must witness while on duty the violation. So
Okay.
when you call and you're like, "This guy's driving crazy,"
Mhm.
cool, we've got the call, right? They could be in the area. They must observe something in order to affect the stop. You
Okay.
can't be like, "They cut me off, pull them over right now."
Yeah.
No, not going to happen.
They have to witness.
We must witness that,
Okay.
including me right now. I'm here with you guys as Trooper Steve from WKMG News 6. I am duly certified as a state law enforcement officer.
Right.
I have to be clocked in within FHP to write a traffic ticket.
Okay.
Now, if CJ was to get reckless here and you two were to get into an altercation, you're going to jail, CJ, because I can affect the rest.
Wow.
I can affect the rest at any time.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, but the traffic stuff gets a little.
So that might be
Little
why
honky.
sometimes I see a car go by me at like 90 miles an hour on the 408, and then I see like a patrol car, but they don't do anything because they're not on duty.
That could be out of jurisdiction
Okay.
because I just have to be within the capacity of my job.
Gotcha.
So if I'm driving home in my marked patrol unit, unmarked patrol unit, I could affect the traffic stop, but I must witness it.
Gotcha.
Sometimes here, there's 20 different cities within a 4-block radius
Yep.
in parts of our area. So sometimes jurisdictions limit a lot of
Oh
that.
wow.
You got to
So
remember
if I
that.
like hit 80 miles per hour out of the parking lot, and you're like, Jen, you're not allowed to do that. Could you give me a ticket?
No, but you'll end up on my social media rather quickly. So it'll work
And
out
also,
real
please don't
good.
do that. It's a very small
I'm
entrance.
not gonna
Yeah,
do
pulling
that.
into here, I was
How
like,
are you gonna hit 80 on that distance?
I don't
especially
know.
driving one of those 105 vans out there, I don't think they could hit
It
I
shakes
think
at
yeah,
40.
trust me.
40 mile an hour. That thing's
I
like,
started
hey.
shaking at 10 miles per hour.
Look at your radio. Well, Trooper Steve, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Of course, we love what you do for the community.
Thanks, man.
Obviously, we're big fans of News 6, and we can't wait to do more. What did we call it? What did we call the segment we were going to do?
Oh.
Tripping with
Tripping with Trooper Steve.
Tripping with Trooper
Yeah.
Steve. Yeah,
Coming to a radio station right here. Hopefully, I think we should start something regular.
I think that'd
I
be
know.
fun.
Like a
You had
weekly?
great idea.
I think
There was a name that we were kicking around too. That was.
I have to go through our text because
Yeah.
it was like Traffic Tuesdays we were talking.
Yeah.
in Jen's case, it'll be Ticket Tuesdays.
Ticket Tuesdays.
Well, in my case, I think we decided that it's dead ends with Jen.
Dead ends with Jen.
Oh, gosh. I don't know about that.
CJ's like, we need U-turns is what we
Yeah,
need.
I'm
kind
going
of
to be in
thing.
the car following. I won't be in the car.
You're gonna be great. I think we need to do a ride along.
I think you two in the truck.
Yes.
in results one?
Sure.
Yes.
Can you
Results
show her
one.
how to properly drive?
I think we could do
And not
this.
pop
Yeah.
tires.
I think they would enjoy it too over on my stream, so that would be really cool.
Put us through a road course. How about that?
I think we can set this up, guys.
I wonder who could parallel park better, you or me.
I drive a way bigger car.
We're just gonna let them hash this out while I'll stand here.
We have our marital dispute.
Yeah, we're sitting here arguing back and forth like, I'm a better driver. You're like, no, me. I'm like, how many tires have you been through in 6 months?
Oh,
Technically,
do we want to
it's
talk
not
about
just
it?
me, it's my daughter too. We share a car, and that is why.
Why am I
Me?
not surprised by this? I'm not surprised by this, guys.
But
I've known you
parallel
guys for a
parking-
few years, so.
Yeah, parallel parking, I got you. I bet you anything.
Nah, I'm one and done.
Okay, I'll ask one question to you.
Yeah.
How do you begin your parallel park?
But what if he steals my answer?
No, I'm
Because
I'm not asking him. I'm asking you because
I
you said
pull
you're
up next to the car in front of me.
okay. And then what? What do you line up?
The
What do you-
tires.
Oh, I mean, she might know how to parallel park. Because
How
there
did you know
there is
that?
a method.
Yeah, you
There's
do.
a mathematical kind of
Well,
thing.
mine's technically my side view mirror, but okay.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, nowadays some cars just do it on their own, so it's kind of
No,
cool.
no, I work in radio.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you, TV's not much different. So
So, well, listen, we appreciate you coming. We can't wait to do that ride along, though.
cool.
I
Let's
wanna
do
make
it.
that happen.
Holding you to it, seriously.
Done deal. Thanks, guys.
We do citizens arrest then.
I think so. I think so. Guys, thanks for tuning in on Trooper Steve. Hope you enjoyed the fun conversation here. You can listen to this on Mix 105.1 tomorrow on the radio. What time?
We're going to air this in the 7 o'clock hour, so right after 7 a.m.
In the 7 o'clock hour. Tune in. Until then, be safe, guys. Wear your seatbelts. Wave to them.
Don't drive like Jen.
Don't drive like Jen. Please don't.
I don't
Don't.
drive that way. It was just.
No, I've
something I
witnessed
needed
it.
out.
I see you guys later. Have a great day.
Oh, man.
That was so.